Right, so this is stage one. It's the preparation. So basically all we're doing here is we're taking off the wallpaper. This was a lining papered wall. You're looking for any imperfection, any deep holes in the wall. You're going to want to fill at this stage, and you want to sand it down so it's really smooth. We're doing a pitted finish on this one, so it's not as important because it's a thicker coat. But if you're doing a highly polished one, definitely have to get this wall perfect, maybe even a full reskin. But for this particular type of finish, this will be fine. So I'm just cleaning up all the walls now, getting all the rubbish off. This is the filler. Just head that out, and then we have a good clear up. Make sure the wall's clean, dust free. And this is important, you need to sheet up. If you're around a customer's house, you need to protect all the edges, ceiling and the walls. And this is the fireplace. And this is just a primer, this is a quartz primer, which you must put on. It's very important. It helps the Venetian stick and adhere properly. And now this is, I'm away. So this is the first coat. We're working from top left-hand corner down to the right. You don't want to work in straight lines. You want to work across the wall as I'm doing here. We're not going on very thick. 2-3 mil. As you can see, we work left to right. This is quite important. We haven't gone over it at the moment. And then as it starts picking up, we'll go in and we'll flatten all the lines. We'll try and create the pattern. As you see, you're working in rainbows. You're not working in straight lines because this will show through on the next coat. So now we're having a little clear up. There's a dog Slinky helping me out. And again, we go in again with the preparation. We want to protect the ceiling lines and the wall lines because these aren't being done or redecorated. So we want to keep them clean. As it's black as well, we want to make sure we keep nice clean lines. We're just finishing up here. This is all in preparation for the second coat. So I'm going to leave this coat. This will be left overnight. And then now we're applying the second coat. This is the pit. And I'll show you later in the video how you achieve this pattern. But again, working left to right. I'm working in stripes on this one because I want to create a bit of a pattern. So we're just going across the wall, dotting it on, getting this pit. This part's quite important. I'll show you in another video. We don't want to cover the whole wall with these pits. We're just doing areas, and then we're going to flatten it in, which creates a bit of depth. So this is after the first coat. The video's a bit backwards here, I apologise. That's what it should be looking like before you do your pits, you know. Not too polished, not too shiny. Just ready to take the second coat. That's my little trowel, that's what I use most. You've got bigger walls, you're going to want a bigger trowel, to be honest with you. That's just what I get it out of the bucket with. It's quite handy to have. We're using a marmerino on this one. So you want to make sure you get like a good lime-based Venetian plaster. And you get yourself some cleaning cloths because they're going to be very important. You want to keep your trowel clean at all times. This is a slightly bigger one. This is used on bigger walls. These are your little tools, your brushes and all that sort of stuff. They're good if you need to get into detailed areas you can't quite reach with your little trowel. So again, this is what I was talking about for the second coat. You want to lay it on your trowel like that. And you take it up to the wall. And again, we're not spreading it like plaster on this one. We're just going to dab it. Just like that. I mean, there's many techniques. People do it differently. I quite like this way because it's very, very random. You don't want things that are too perfect because, like I say, as it dries, it will look too straight and it won't look organic. This way, you're sort of just creating a very unique finish. It'll all be different every single time. And that's the other side that I'd done previously. As you can see, I've worked across in lines. Now as that's dried, I've flattened it in. It creates these smooth areas, which I'll show you now. And there you see, that creates the pattern. Lovely smooth finish, you see. And that's the process you want to do all the way across the wall. And now as I've let that dry, that's been about 4 or 5 hours. And now I'm going in with a wax. This is what really makes the wall pop. You can use any colours you want. I think on this one I used a bronze and a gold, just to give it a bit of shine. And again, you sort of work in the way you do when you trowel it on. So you want to work in lines across the wall. You don't go mad with this wax, you just want to pick out areas. It's quite time consuming. I mean, here I'm using a really small sponge to get a few more details in, but generally you can use a bigger sponge. But like I say, you want to apply as much, not as much wax, but as little wax as possible. And these will get really into the pits, and then as it sort of dries, you can sort of polish it up more, and then you'll lose a lot of this wax on the surface. As you can see there, there's a bit of gold, a bit of silver, and I think with bronze on this one as well. It creates a gorgeous pattern. Very unique showpiece for the front room. And it works really well on a small area like a fireplace. So that's, as you go, you'll be polishing it up. So this now is the finished look. This has had a coat of wax, and I've used a buffer pad, and I've used a beeswax to give it a final seal and a top coat, and this is what it comes out of. It looks really nice, it really pops in the light. You can see the veins running through the wall. I'm really happy with this one.